So I'm planning a pilgrimage to LA for 2 weeks. A lot of my favourite writers and artists have made a lot of beautiful stuff there. I'm not planning it too rigorously. I figure that I'll just go once, make mistakes, and if I go a second time, I know exactly what I've got to do the second time round. So this is kind of almost like a test run. Go for 2 weeks, have a walk around, walk my legs off, and that'll be fun. I'd love to get to visit more places in the US, but I figure start there, and the second time round I'll make a meal of it. The last time I travelled outside of Australia was in 1999. It was a weird pilgrimage to Prague because Milan Kundera. I don't know why I loved him at the time, but I did. I found so much reassurance in the conviction of his words. And I remember thinking when I was 22 or 23, reading The Unbearable Lightness of Being or one of his classics, I thought, how does he makes me feel so good. Why? How is it? What's going on here? And at the time I thought, he's full of conviction. He's so sure of his words. And I thought, maybe that's how you're supposed to write. You have to say it like you mean it. And it took me years to realise you weren't that. You can't just fake it. Well, you can fake it. You can kind of get away with it. I find so much beauty in conviction, even if someone's totally wrong. It at least highlights the right way, which is the other side. And the world's full of those kind of extremes these days, like someone arguing. There's not much middle ground anymore. But when the extremes are done well, they can be helpful, even if they're completely wrong, or what I believe to be wrong. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to get to try. See, I said trying. I've got all these mind jails in my head. Like, I've got to do this to plan to get to LA. I've got to get a visa. I've got to get new walking shoes. I've got to get an adapter for my electronic stuff. I'm trying to clear a path in my head to make it happen. I feel like there's all these little jail. Like, I struggle just to drive out from this suburb to the next. It's because it feels like a weird challenge. So if I can forge that path in my brain to do all these things to get there, I feel like that'll open something up in my brain that's been lacking for a while, especially the last 5 years where I've just been riding non-stop. But yeah, a pilgrimage to see LA. I've heard LA changes as soon as you define it. It's completely different. But yeah, so much of my childhood is from the US. I remember when I was 12 and walking to school, and I remember trying to talk with an American accent to myself as I walked to the tram. At the age of 12, that's so weird. It's because so much of the stuff we saw, all the entertainment in Australia, content is what people call it, was American. So it just felt like this fantasy land, this other world that didn't exist, that was beamed down from another planet. So that'll be it, yeah. A lot of it's been demystified, and over the years, of course, with the internet and how everything's so close together now. I'm always fascinated by how environment shapes magic and story. You can plant an incredible story in an ordinary location, and all of a sudden everyone wants to visit it. Like there's some sort of mystical door to that story that exists in like a shared dream. And like movie sets. Like people go and visit the middle of nowhere in New Zealand to look at Lord of the Rings movie sets. I've tried watching Lord of the Rings. I don't get it, but people will share. Oh, look at this! I've been to Hobbitville, which is what I'm doing, going to LA. My version of it. But I love that. I love the idea how you can just plant a story somewhere and it mystifies it. I don't know if that's the right word, but there's some kind of mystical, beautiful magic that happens when a story is written in a place. And I love how locations shape stories. Like when I finish my books, like I write, I'm My name's Darby Hudson and I'm a writer from Melbourne. I don't need to say I'm from Melbourne, but somehow it matters. Somehow, without even thinking, it matters that this is where I'm from and this is where the story happened. Even though I'm greatly influenced by US writers from last century, something from the environment leaks in, whatever that is. I've heard the idea, and I've experienced it myself, that if I have an idea and I don't act on it, it'll go to someone else. And I always feel like it could be someone else on the other side of the world. And I feel like that's, the sky moves around. Sometimes the sky charges a land with two doors open at the same time. The sky and the ground where you are. Two doors open at once. The antenna on the top of my head and the sky opens up. And I've heard speaking of which, I've heard LA is known for its incredible light, and that's why they set up film studios there, for its sky, for its light. So maybe there is something weirdly magic going on there. I don't know. But Melbourne, where I'm from, is, the cliche is 4 seasons in a day. You get summer. It's insane. It drives me nuts. Actually, it feels like it frays me. It's like crimping a bit of wire until it snaps. My brain's just been snapped by Melbourne weather so many times. When you break, you're more susceptible to magic. I feel in the air when you're tired, or when you snap, or when you break. There's magic. You can let magic in. I've either written my best stuff first thing in the morning or late at night when I'm tired and I feel dead. My body's just, I feel like I've become a doorway. That's why I love. Anyway, I'm going around. I'm sort of talking in circles. The point of all this is I want to get to LA, and I've started filling out a visa. I've started getting my stuff together, trying to carve a psychological path through the dense forest of my head, because I struggle to operate in the real world as it is. So dealing with, I'm a person, my name's Darby Hudson on this form, this is my address, and nailing myself to reality to be able to pull myself up from this reality and then throw me over into the other one is difficult. So I'm slowly putting myself into being a person who exists mode, so then I can put handles on that and then carry it across to the other side of the world. But I want to see bookstores over there. I want to see my book published by Andrews McNeil, You're Going to Be Okay Because You Fuck No Matter What, in bookstores over there. And it's, my book has been Americanized, and I love that. I feel like it's an honor to the writers who saved me in my 30s, who are mostly US writers. So I almost consider the US weirdly my spiritual home, even though I've never been there. I understand it on some level that I'll never understand unless I go there. That doesn't make sense. LA for 2 weeks. I'm going to crash around the cheapest hotels that I can find and walk around. If you know anyone with an Airbnb or a spare room, that could be handy. I don't know. I might consider it, but let us know. I should also say my book's been out for a week. You can listen to it right now as an audio book in the links below, or get it as a paperback.